Now I'm going to demonstrate the advanced ENT testing. If you have a patient with hearing loss, there are two tests that you can perform for this patient. First is the Rene test. And what you do is you tap on your tuning fork, put it behind the patient's ear on this bony prominence just behind the ear, and you ask the patient, can you hear the sound here?
Yes.
And tell me when it stops.
No.
And can you hear it there?
Yes.
All right. So that's normal for Steve to be able to hear sound through the air more or longer than he can hear sound through bone. If bone conduction is greater than air conduction, in other words, if he can hear the sound through the bone and then I bring it to his ear and he can't hear it, then that would be a sign that he has conductive hearing loss. That means that there's something blocking the sound coming from the outside of the canal getting to the tympanic membrane, either earwax or perhaps some scarring or some abnormality of the eardrum itself. If he had hearing loss in this ear and bone conduction is less than air conduction, meaning he can hear the sound in front here longer than he can hear it in back, that would go along with sensory neural hearing loss, a problem with the nerve that's leading from the ear back to the brain. Now the second test is the Weber test. And using the tuning fork again, you place it up on the patient's forehead or on top of his head. And you ask Steve, do you hear this in both ears?
Yes.
All right, and that's normal to be able to hear the sound in both ears. If his right side had hearing loss and he can hear the sound better in the right ear, that goes along with conductive hearing loss, scarring of the tympanic membrane or earwax. If he hears the sound better in the good ear, if the left ear is the good ear, that then indicates a sensory neural hearing loss. That concludes the advanced testing of the ears with the Weber and the Rene test.